A lot of our videos are about living abroad, and we have already talked about numerous places, from Sweden to Argentina, but none of those places intrigued me as much as Peru. That is strange, since that country is pretty close to where I came from. What really surprises me is that a lot of middle-class and wealthy Americans are moving to Peru right now. I never thought that would happen. According to new data from the US Social Security Office, almost as many American pensioners are moving to Peru as to Costa Rica, one of the most popular places for US citizens. So why Peru? A lot of people know about the good things. Things like the tasty food, lower cost of living, and nice weather. But what are the bad things about it? I talked to expats who had moved there and did a lot of research to get this answer for you. It was even more peculiar when I asked these foreigners in Peru which were their 3 favorite cities, as they were all very different. With no further ado, let's jump into the pros of Peru. First, the cost of living. Peru offers an affordable cost of living, and it's an attractive destination for retirees, for example, looking to stretch their retirement savings. According to Numbeo, the cost of living in Lima, Peru's capital city, is 54% lower than in New York City. Housing costs are particularly affordable, with a 1-bedroom apartment in Lima costing around $450 per month. This is the monthly fee of a tiny parking spot in New York City. Peru is one of the least expensive countries in South America, despite having a quality of life and HDI superior to places like Brazil. Currently, Peru is the 7th among the best countries for expats in all Latin America. Check the rank in the description, and the low cost of living is one of the reasons for such a good rank. There are cheaper places in South America like Colombia, but their development level is also lower. Now let's talk about healthcare, a major concern no matter where you hang your hat. Private healthcare in Peru is generally more affordable than in the US, and is available in big cities like the capital Lima, and the quality of the private healthcare is much better than the average public hospital. Compared to the United States, private healthcare services in Peru can be way cheaper. For example, the cost of a routine doctor visit in Lima can be as low as $30 to $50. In the US, a doctor will not even tell you good morning for this value, and a visit will easily cost more than $150. Then there is the weather. Peru's diverse geography offers a range of climates, but much of the country enjoys warm, pleasant weather year-round. Real estate is another positive point, since foreigners can easily buy properties there, and in my experience across 4 different continents, this is something that differentiates Peru from many other places. Countries like Poland, for example, do not allow non-Europeans to buy land unless they are already in the country for a very long time. It gets even better. The Peruvian government has taken steps recently to make the process simpler for foreign buyers. Another positive aspect is the good airline connectivity with the USA and Europe. Peru is well connected to the rest of the world, with major companies such as American Airlines, Delta, and United offering regular flights to Lima and other cities. Lima's Jorge Chávez Airport is the main hub for international flights in Peru, with direct connections to destinations in North and South America, Europe, and Asia. And the last positive point, before we jump into the problems, it is relatively easy to obtain a Peruvian rentista visa. Well, let me put it in this way. Compared to other countries, some of them we already covered in other videos. Getting a retirement visa in Peru is like ordering a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Compare that to some other countries in South America, like Brazil, where getting a permanent visa can feel more like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. And now, time to talk about the problematic side, the cons of living in Peru. But before, I would like to ask a small favor. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Crime. This may be a pro or a con, depending where you come from and to what you are comparing to. Let's take, for example, the homicide rate. Peru has a homicide rate of 6.9 per 100,000 residents. It's 84% less than what it was 30 years ago. Here are the homicide rates of a few other places in the world for comparison. Baltimore in the USA, 50.3. Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, 20.4. New York, 11.4, São Paulo in Brazil, 7.2, and then there is Poland in Europe, 0.6, which is similar to many other European countries. So, if you're coming from a big American city like New York, the safety numbers in Peru look good. But if you're coming from Europe, it might seem not the best. You will need to speak Spanish to navigate the immigration bureaucracy. English is not widely spoken in Peru, and proficiency in English is relatively low compared to many other countries. Peru ranks 51 out of 111 countries in terms of English proficiency. Only around 5% of the population of Peru speaks English fluently, with another 12% having a basic understanding of the language. In urban areas and among younger people, English proficiency may be slightly higher, but overall, it's not a language that most Peruvians speak on a daily basis. Another negative aspect is that imported goods will cost you dearly. In Peru, imported goods can be particularly expensive. This can be a significant concern for retirees who rely on imported goods such as medications, certain foods, or other items that may not be readily available in Peru. Any item you bring from your former home country to Peru that looks new to the Peruvian Revenue Service may also be taxed, and this is a common issue in entire South America. Another problem is that getting health insurance gets more expensive and challenging as you get older. Like anywhere else in the world, as you age, finding and paying for adequate health insurance can be more challenging. And while Peru does have a public healthcare system, many expats prefer to purchase private healthcare to ensure access to higher quality care. And then there is the issue many foreigners in Peru often mention: altitude sickness. Because many parts of the country, including popular destinations such as Cusco, are located at high altitudes. Altitude sickness can be a real concern for some retirees, particularly those with underlying health issues. This is not valid to Lima, however, since the city is slightly above sea level. And which cities in Peru expats love the most? Here is where it gets interesting. I asked a few expats who live there which city in Peru they like more, and the answers I got were extremely strange. 3 completely different cities. The first was Lima, and Lima is probably the most popular destination for expats in Peru. It offers a low cost of living if compared to the US or Europe, with affordable housing, food, and entertainment. You can use the money you save on rent to spend in its many Michelin-starred restaurants. Lima is also located at sea level, making it a great option for those sensitive to high altitudes. The fact that it's at sea level is, curiously, one of the strongest points of Lima. Many expats from North America, Europe, and Asia often prefer to live in districts like San Isidro. Then comes Arequipa. Arequipa is a charming city located in southern Peru, known for its beautiful colonial architecture, mild climate, and proximity to the stunning Colca Canyon. The city offers a lower cost of living than Lima, with even more affordable housing, food options, and lower basic expenses that do not stress your monthly budget. On the downside, Arequipa is situated at an altitude of 2,335 meters above sea level, which is relatively high. And lastly, Mancora. Mancora is a small beach town located on the northern coast of the Pacific Ocean, known for its beautiful beaches, warm climate, and relaxed lifestyle. Despite being considered a beach resort and holiday destination, the town still offers affordable housing, food, and transportation options. It's like living in California, but with less costs and without the fentanyl junkies threatening to stab you. And talk about beaches. Check this video here on the best beaches to visit during your lifetime, or this other one here, which is also quite interesting.